Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and I'm trying a different type of puzzle today. It's called the title of this is a challenging level puzzle. It's similar in some senses to Sudoku, but different in other senses. Well, basically it's different because it's hexagonal, and I'm using a different web app to play it. I hope you can actually see what's going on here. Anyways, the title of this puzzle is Renban Hexuro, and the author is Nell Gwyn. And here are the rules. We have hexagonal kakuro, where we have to place a digit from 1 to 9 in every empty cell such that digits do not repeat in an unbroken row of cells with no dark cells separating them. So, for example, these digits form a set of the digits 1 through 9. Well, we don't necessarily know that, but we have to fill all the hexagons with the digits 1 through 9 such that there are no repeats in any unbroken set of hexagons, cells, essentially. So if there's a black cell in between, that means those there cannot be repeats in the 6 on this end and the 3 on this end, but I think there can be repeats across these digits here. And in fact, there have to be, actually. So that's the same for any, essentially, row or hexagonal row here. There cannot be repeats along any unbroken stretch of white hexagons, essentially. And that's the rules for hexagonal kakuro. So it's similar to Sudoku in the sense that you can't have repeats in any row, but the rows, instead of having 4 sides, there are 6 sides to it. And that's really the only difference. A number in the dark cell gives the sum of the numbers that clues sees in the indicated direction. So, for example, there's a 29 here, so it sees in these 6 cells, the sum of these 6 cells must be 29, because it sees those cells in that direction. For this, there's a 14 here, so those 3 digits must be 14, must add up to 14. This is 21 in this direction, etc., etc. And that's the rules for the numbers inside the black cells. We also have Renban, where each pink line contains a set of non-repeating consecutive digits, which may appear in any order along the line. Different lines of different shades of pink. This is purely cosmetics. Okay, so different lines are different shades of pink. So these are all Renban lines. And you have to have a set of consecutive non-repeating digits along a Renban. So you could have something as an example, a 3, a 6, a 5, and a 4, and this would be valid because it's a consecutive set of non-repeating digits along this Renban. Anyways, I think that's all the rules, right? Yep, those are all the rules. And if you want to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. How do I reset? Let's go. That didn't reset anything. Okay. Can we start? No. Stop. No. Undo. I guess we have to undo. Okay, so we are resetting now. Okay. Here we have 4 digits adding up to 13. We have 6 digits adding up to 26. 3 digits adding up to 14. 3 digits adding up to 21. That might be the most restrictive here. 5 adding up to 20. 5 adding up to 28. This is 7 adding up to 31. 6 adding up to 29, 5 adding up to 30. The most restrictive is the 21 with 3 digits. So it's either 4, 8, 9, well, this in the 13 with 4 digits. So the 13 with 4 digits, the most you can have along there is 1, 2, 3, 7, right? Because you can't have repeats in any row that's in any set of white hexagons. So this is at most, I don't know how to, we do have Sudoku on, okay. No, okay. I think we want center, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, this is gonna be, yeah. So this has to be 1 through 7. But these 3 digits must add up to, must have a minimum of 4 here, right? Um, right, because these 3 digits add up to 21. That would be 4 at minimum as the lowest digit with 8 and 9. So this has to be less than it has to be greater than, it has to be 4 at minimum and 7 at max. If this is 7, these can never be 7 here. This has to be 6 at most here. Because it's 4, 1, 2 at minimum with the other digits. Right? 4, 1, 2 is 7. 13 minus 7 is 6. So therefore, this is 6 at max here. This can then get to 8 at most. Ooh, these. This movement is kind of crazy. So this is can be 6, 7, and 8. These 2 digits then. Again, you have 4 at minimum here, but if this is 7, that means these 2 digits must add up to 21 minus 7, which means this is 5, 6, 7, 8 at least. And this has to be 5 through 9. I think the 9 has to be here, right? I guess you could have 6, 7, 8 here. But, okay, so if this is 5, the problem is this renban. So this renban can only go down to 3 here. If this is 3, I guess it could be 3, 4, 5. That's possible. And then you have 5, 7, 9. That does work to add up to 21. So I think the minimum here. Okay, so can this ever be 8 is kind of the question, right? If this is 8, that forces this to be 6, 7, and 6, 7. If this were 6 and this were 7, this would have to be 6 and 5 added together, right? Because 7, 6, and 5 would be the minimum for this renban. But then the problem is 6 and 5 add up to 11, and you can't have a 1 here repeated because there's no repeats in any white row. So if this were 8, this has to be 6 and 7 here. If we try to have a 6 here, and this being 7, that would force us to be 5 at minimum, and that breaks there. So it cannot be 6 there if that's 7. If this is 7 and this is 6, that would mean this is 4 at minimum. 7 and 4 add up to 11, and that would be require a 1 and a 1 here, which is a repeat. So that would not work. So this has to be a 9 no matter what. So this is a 9 for certain. So this is 9. And these 2 digits must add up to 9, 12. That means these are at minimum. This would be 2 minus that. So that would be 10 guaranteed minimum here. So this is guaranteed 10 minimum. So it's either 3, 7, 4, 6. It cannot be 5 and 5. So 5 is removed. Normal. This is a 9. So this must be 3 and 7 or 4 and 6 adding up to 10. Because again, whatever digits here can only go down to here at most. And that adds up to 10 no matter what. The minimum for 2 digits is always 1 and 2. Oops. Okay. This undo is unfortunately not going to be cut it. But, okay, so how do I clear this? Okay, we can clear it that way. So this is center. This is 1 and 2. That must be with a 3 here. So this is 3. This 3 means this can't be 3 because there again, in no rows can you have a repeat. So this can't be 3, cannot be 3. Therefore, the center cannot be 3. This can't be 7. This is a 4, 6 pair adding up with 1 and 2 to add up to 13. The 4 and 6 must add up with... it would be 6 and 6 if that were the case. So this cannot be 6. This has to be 4. This is 6. This has to be 8 to add up to 21 with a 4 and 9. So this must be 7 here. Okay. We have 8 and 7 here, which adds up to 15. The rest of this row must add up to 26 minus 15, which is 11. And that's 4 digits adding up to 11. So it's 1, 2, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 5 here, and 1, 2, 3, 5 here. This cannot be 1, 2, and 1, 2 to add up to 14. Because 1, 2, and 1, 2 would add up to 3, which would require this digit to be 11. So that's not possible. So this can't be 1 or 2. This is 3 or 5 here. These 3 digits must add up to 14. So cannot be 3 because it would require 2, 3, and 9 at best. And then the 9 would have a duplicate in that row. So this can't be 3. This has to be a 5. So this is 5, which means 5 cannot be here or these two. It could be 1, 5, and 8. And 2, 5, and 7, but 7 can't be here because of duplicates, so this must be 1, 5, and 8. 1, 5, 8 here, which makes this a 2. This can't be 1 because of the duplicate here. And in fact, this can't be 1 either. Because of the Renban, the consecutive set would have to end in 2. So if this were 2, this would be 3 then. But the problem is we'd not have a 3 on this Renban. And you have to have 2, 3, 4, 5 to add up to make that Renban consecutive. So this has to be 3 then. This is 3, this is 2. This is obviously 1, because you can't have repeats along the row. This must be then 4 and 6 to complete this Renban. This is 1, 5, 8. 4 and 6 here. These digits are consecutive, and you can't have 4, 6, 8, or 9. So that eliminates 5, because 5 can only be with 4 and 6. That eliminates 7. This has to have a 2. So this is 2 with 1 or 3. 3 cannot be here because of the 3 there. So 2 has to be one of those 2 digits. These cannot be 1. What are the remaining digits? Can't be 1, cannot be 2, could be 3, no 4 and 6, so 3, 5, 7, but this can't be 3 because of that 3. What else do we have? Remaining digits in this row here are 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, sorry, 1 through 5 and then 9. So 1, 3, 4, 5, or 9 here. Okay, these digits add up to 28 for these 5. These 3 already add up to 17. 3, 6, and 8 add up to 17. So these 2 must add up to 28 minus 17, which is 11. So it's 4, 7, or 5, 6. Well, 5, 6 doesn't work because of the 6 already in the row. So this must be 7. This is 4. This cannot be a 7 here. These 2 digits, so 11, these 3 digits add up to 11. So these 2 digits add up to 7. It's either 1, 6 or 2, 5 because 3, 4 is eliminated. So 1, 6 would have to be, this can't be 1, this can't be 1, so it can't be 1, 6, it has to be 2, 5. And 2 cannot be here because of that 2. So this must be 5 here, that's 2. This 5 cannot be with another 5 on the Renband, so this must be 3. That forces this to be a 1, 2 pair here in the rest of this row. This is 4 and 5. 3, 4, and 5 can be with 2 or 6 on the Renband, and 2 cannot be here, so this must be 6. Remaining digits. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4. It cannot be 6, 7, 8. So this is 5 or 9 here. What else do we have? 1, 2 pair here. 5 digits adding up to 30. That could be pretty broad. 5 digits adding up to 20. That could be pretty broad. 6 digits adding up to 31 with a 6. That's also pretty broad. This digit cannot be... Okay, so it sees both 4 and 6s here. So it cannot be 4, 6. Can't be 2, 3, 5. It could be 1, 7, 8, 9. This digit sees 6, 7, 8, and 3. So none of these can be 6. Oh, that's interesting. Because it sees the 6 here. This sees 3, this sees 2. So if this is 1, it would have to be 2 here and 3 here. Right? If this is 7, 8, 9, it cannot have a 6, so it would have to be the other 7, 8, 9 here. So this would be 9, and this would be 7 or 8. So this can never be 9 here. Interesting. Okay. Can you have 1, 2, 3 here? That means you have 3 digits. Okay, this is 7 digits adding up to 31. Apologies. Oh, so this can never be 9 here, right? If you have 7 digits adding up to 31, that means the other 2 remaining digits that are removed have to be 45 minus 31, which is 14. Well, of the 2 digits that are removed, if you either have, it has to be either 5, 9 or 6, 8. But we already have a 6 here. If this is 7, 8, 9, then 9 would have to be here. And therefore, you could not have 5, 9 or 6, 8 removed from this set of 7 digits. So this has to be 1, 2, 3. So we know this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This can't be 1 or 3 because of that 3 and that 1. This has to be missing 5 and 9. So the remaining digits have to be... So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4 adds up to 10. 6, 7, 8 adds up to 21, right? So the remaining digits are 1. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. So one of these two is a 1. We have 1, 4, 7, 8. This can't be 7. This is 4, 8. This is 4, 7, 8. And any of those work. Okay, so this is 1. You have 5 digits adding up to 30. So the remaining 4 digits must be 5, 7, 8, 9. Because those are the only digits that add up to 29 with 4 unique digits. So this can't be 4. This is 5, 7. 5, 7, 8, 9. This is a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of the row. That leaves this as what? 1, 3, and 4? Yeah, 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4. If this were 1, this would have to be 2. And that would break. That would leave that cell with no possibilities. So this cannot be 1. This is 3 or 4. 3 can be with 2 or 4. 4 can be with 3 or 5. Either of those work. This can't be 2, 3, or 5, though. So this must be a 4. So this is 4, which forces... excuse me, forces this to be 3. Neither of these can be 4, then. This can't be 4, so this is 6, which forces this to be 4. This can't be 3 or 4, so this is 1, which makes this a 4. 4 cannot be here anymore. So where is the 4 in this row? It has to be here. So this is 4. This is 1, 7, 8. 1 cannot be here because of this 1, so this is 2, which forces this to be 1, which means this can't be 1. Where is the 1 in this set that adds up to 31? It has to be here. So this is 1. Five, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7, 8, or 9. That can be next consecutive with 6, 7, 8, 9. And either of those works. Okay, so this adds up. We have 29 with 6 digits, and one of them being a 4. We also have 20 with 5 digits, and one being a 3. This is at least 5. So these rest of these digits are 5 through 9. We don't know about this. This has to be at least 4. None of these could be 1. Since none of these can be 1, what's the lowest remaining digits for 5 digits? It has to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which adds up exactly to 20. So these... Okay, let's undo those. This has to be 5 or 6. We need a 2 somewhere. We need a 3 and a 4. Well, we have a 3. We need a 4. 4 cannot be either of these, so this must be a 4 here. Where is the 2 has to be with 5 and 6. So 2, 5, 6 adds up to 20. We have those digits, which is... could be many. Okay. These have to be 1, 3, 4, and 8. Okay. These must be... Well, we don't know. These add up to 29. with 5 other digits with a 4. Hmm. 1, 3, 4, 8 can be consecutive with 2. 1 can be consecutive with 2. 3 can be consecutive with 2 or 4. 4 can be consecutive with 3 or 5. 8 can be consecutive with 7 or 9. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 for those 2 spots. um... This can't be 4, this can't be 4 because of those 4s. What are the remaining digits? Okay, so this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has to be 8 or 9 here. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So this is 6, 8, or 9 here. Ah. This is 9 cells. So we have to have a 3 somewhere here. We have to have a 2 somewhere here. So we have to, okay, so 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9 are the possibilities here. 2 cannot be here, 3 cannot be here. Therefore, this is 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9. So 2 is one of these two. 2 has to be one of these two also. So 2 cannot be any of these. 4 cannot be any of these. 1 cannot be any of these. So we require what? 3, no 2, no 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 obviously can't be any of those. These are consecutive with these digits, can go down to 3. 3 through 9. But this can't be 3 or 4. This is 5 through 9. So this has to be 4 at least. 3 is one of these 3 digits. That's fine. 3 could be either here or here. 4 cannot be here because of this 4. This can't be 4 then either. This can't be 3 or 4 because of this 3-4 pair. So this is 1 or 8. 1 can be consecutive with 2. 8 can be consecutive with 7 or 9. This 4 eliminates 4 from being here. Where is the 4 in this row then? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here. And this has 9 digits, which have no black in between. So this has to be unique. So this must be a 4. 4 is only consecutive with 3 and 5. So let's delete that. This is only 3 or 5 here. This can't be 1 because of the 1 here. I think this is 9 also, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. This digit has to be 5 through 9. Okay, so where is the 3 in this row here? There are 9 digits, so we have to have a 3 here. This eliminates a 3 here. None of these can be 3s because this can't be 3 because of what those digits can be. These are already filled. This can't be 3 because of that 3. This can't be 3 because of that 3. This can't be 3 because of that 3. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cells in this row, and they're unblocked. So we need a 3 here. So this has to be a 3 here, which means this cannot be 3. This digit cannot be 3, 4, or 6. It can't be 1 or 4. So it could be 2, 5, 6, no 6. 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9 here. 3 is here, so 3 cannot be this cell here. One of these digits is a 1. One of them has to be a 4. 4 cannot be here. 4 cannot be here. So 4 is one of these two digits here. Either way, right, so this can't be 4 because of that 4. This can't be 4 because of that 4. This is 9 cells, so it requires all the digits from 1 through 9. So 4 has to be one of these two. Either way, they both see this cell, so this can't be 4 here. So this has to be, one of these is 7, but we don't know which. So it's 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, and 9 along this Renman. 6 cannot be either of these. 6 has to be one of these 4. This could be a lot of things. 3 cannot be here. These remaining digits are 5 through 9. But this cell sees all 3 of these cells. And again, this is either 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9. So 7 cannot be here. What else are we missing? Let's see. The problem with this is 8 cells, so it's not guaranteed. This is 4 cells blocked by a black, so that's not guaranteed. Again, this is 6 cells adding up to 29. It could have a 5 and 8 here, so that's fine. This cannot be 1 or 8 because it sees both of 1 and 8. So this has to be what? 2, 3, no 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's pretty wide. This is 5 through 9. This cannot be 2, 3, 4, or 6. It could be 1. No 2, 3, 4. It could be 5, 7, 8, and 9. That's pretty wide. This is 9 cells here. Cannot be 3 or 4, but that's still pretty varied. It could be 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This can't be 2. This is 5 through 9 also. There's no restrictions here. Four again is one of these two. But that doesn't tell us very much. 2 is one of those two. 2 is one of those two. 3 is one of those two here. 7 is one of these 3. And they all see that cell. They all see that cell too, but this could be so many different things. Again, this adds up to 29. So we've used up all the other sum digits for the black cells. So 5 digits adding up to 25. Oh, that could be a lot of things. Hmm. No 4s, obviously, because we already have a 4 there. Ah, one of these two is a 2, and they both see that cell, so this cannot be a 2. Therefore, where is the 2 in this row? It has to be here. So this is a 2, which means this cannot be 2. This then must be a 2. That's actually pretty interesting, the way that logic works. Huh. Where is the 3 then in this row? It has to be here. So this is 3. So we have 2, 3, 4. This cannot be 2 or 3. This both sees 1 and 8. So this is could be 2, no 3 or 4 because of the 3 or 4 in the row. Could be 5, 6, 7, 9. Cannot be 8. One of these is a 6. One of these is a 6. So that means one of these two must be a 6, right? If this is 6, that forces that to be 6. If this is 6, that forces that to be 6. Either way, 6 has to be here, which means 6 can... Ugh. 6 cannot be here. Hmm. 4 must be one of these two. We don't know which. This is 2. Oh, where is the 3 in this row here? This is 9 length in size too, so this must be a 3 here. So this is 3. Ah, this is a 7-8 pair. They both see this cell, so this can't be 7 or 8. Cannot be 7 or 8. So it's a 5-9, 5-9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of this row, or this adding up to 30. So this must be a 7-8 pair. This 7-8, 7-8 pair eliminates 7 and 8 in the rest of this row here. So this can't be 7 or 8. These can't be 7 or 8. So this is 5, 6, or 9 here. This 7 or 8 is a 7 or 8. So one of these must be 7 or 8 here, right? It's either 6, 7. It cannot be 7, 8 here because that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. And it could be 8, 9. So this is 6, 7, or it's 8, 9. That requires a 7 or 8 here, which means this cannot be 7 or 8 here. Interesting. So 5 is either here or 5 is here. So none of these can be 9, because if this is 9, it requires an 8 and a 7 to be with it on the Ren band. And this can't be 8 or 7. So this is 9 cannot be either of these. 9 is one of these 3. This could be 5, 6, 7. It would have to be 5, 6, 7 if that's 6, 7. If this is 7, it could be 7, 8, 9. 7, 6, 8. 7, 5, 6. 7, 6, 5. Either of those, any of those work. 8, 7, 9 works. Pretty broad. What else do we have? Ugh. So 7 has to be one of these two digits here. Because this can't be 7. So none of these could be 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. This can't be 2, 3, or 6. This can't be 4. Okay. Interesting. So either this is 7 or this is 7 here. This can't be 7 because it sees both of these 7s, and 7 has to be on this Ren band. This can't be 7 because of this, the way that this adds up to 20. This can't be 7 because of the 7 here. So again, this is 7 or this is 7, and they both see that cell. So this can't be 7. That doesn't really tell us much. This is 4 or that's 4. We're not given much more information. This could be 3 here or 3 here. That's possible. 6 is here, here. 6 is here, here. That doesn't tell us much. Oh, that's... No, that's not true. If this is 5, 6, 7, obviously all of them see this cell, so this can't be 5. But that doesn't tell us very much, does it? I don't know. What else do we have? In this row, 2 has to be either here or here. In this row, 2 has to be either here or here. Therefore, the rest of those rows cannot contain 2. Or these rows specifically can't contain 2, right? Because either 2's here or here, or 2's here or here. Right? 2 cannot be any of these because of this 2. This can't be 2 because of those 2. This can't be 2 because of those 2. This can't be 2 because of those 2. Same here, same here, same here. So 2 must... Because this is 9 in length, this must have a 2. Because this is 9 in length, this must have a 2. So 2 cannot be here. 2 cannot be here. But it's so wide, it doesn't really matter. This can't be 2 either. So it could be 1, 3, no 4, no 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty wide, though. This obviously can't be 4. It could be 1, 5, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, but it could be any of those. But this can't be... Oh, this 4 eliminates 4 here. Where is the 4 in this row? It needs a 4, so this must be a 4 here. Okay. That doesn't tell us much, but okay. Okay. 8 has to be one of these two cells. because we need, again, we have 9 digits on this row, and 8 cannot be here. So 8's one of these two, which means this cannot be 8. Cannot be 8, because we have 8 in one of these two cells. If this is 9, that forces this to be 6. This would have to be 7, 8, so this couldn't be 7 or 8, so this would be 5. And this would be 6 then. So if this is 9, that would force this to be 6, which would force this to be an 8-9 pair. This 6 would make this 5, which would make that 6. So this would be 7, 8 then. So if this is not... Okay. This is 9, this is 6, this is 6, so this has to be 7, 8, 9. It's then force this is to be 8 and 9. This is 7, this 6 means this has to be 5, and that's 6. Okay. If this is 6, this has to be 9, which makes this 8, which makes that 6. So this is 5, this is 6. So this is 7, 8, 9, so that's 5. If this is 5, that forces this to be 6 and 7. So this is 6, this is 7. Therefore, this is 9, and this is 6. Which makes this 5, which makes that 6. So I think this is always 7, 8, and 9 here, if that's the case. So if this is 9, this is 6, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, 8, 9. If this is 6, this is 9, this is 8, this is 6, this is 5, which makes that 6, this is 7, 8, 9. If this is 5, that makes this 6 and 7, which means this can't be 5 or 6. This is 9, which makes that 6, which makes that 5, which makes that 6. Right, so this 5, okay, this 5, 6 pair both sees this 6. That's where it is. So this is 7, 8, 9, which means this is 8 and 9 here, which means this can't be 8. This has to be 7, this is 8, this is 7. This is 8, which forces this to be 9, which forces this to be 8 because it sees that 8. This can't be 9, so this is 5 or 6. If this were 5, this would have to be 7 and 6, and that would eliminate all possibilities for that cell. So this cannot be 5. This is a 6, 9 pair, which eliminates 6 and 9 in the rest. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so this is 9, which makes this 5, which makes this 9. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so that's 9. None of these can be 9. This can't be 9. None of these can be 9. This can't be 9, this can't be 9, so this is 6, which makes this 8. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 9. This has to be a 7, 8 pair on this Ren band. This has to be 5. That's the only remaining digit left. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so it's 5, which makes that 6, which makes this 6 too. This can't be 9 or 8 because it sees those on the Ren band. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7 and 8. This can't be 8 or 9, so this is 5. This can't be 5, 7, or 8, so this is 9. 5 and 8 are eliminated here. 5 can't be any of these, actually. This can't be 7. This is a 1, 7, 1, 7 pair, which eliminates 1 and 7 in the rest of the row. So this is 8, which means this can't be 8. This is 1, this is 8. 1's only next to 2, so that's 2. This can't be 2. Can't be 8. This can't be 6 or 8. This is 5 or 7. This can't be 7 or 8 because of a 7 or 8. Both 1, 7s see this, so this can't be 1 or 7. This 8 and 9 sees that, so this can't be 8 or 9. This can't be 8 or 9. This can't be 2 because of the 2 here. Where is this 1 sees that 1, so this is 7. That makes this 5, which makes that 1. This can't be 7 here. So it's a 5, 6, 5, 6 pair here, which eliminates 5 and 6 in the rest of the row, so this can't be 5 or 6. This has to be then 7. This can't be 5 or 6, so this is 2. This adds up to 11 right now. We have 3 other digits without a 5. Adding up to 29 minus 11, which is 18. So it's either 198. Actually, if you have 9, that means the other 2 digits must add up to 9. So it has to be 19 or 36 with it. Both kind of work. Okay, so this can't be 8 here because of these 8s. This can't be 8, so you can't have 1 and 8. So if this is 9, you can't have 1 and 8 here, adding up. So 9 plus 11 is 20. These 2 digits must have to add up to 9. So if this is 9, this is 3, 6. If this is 6, that's 2, 4, 5, and 6, which is 17. So the other 2 digits must add up to 12, and we can't have 5, 8, 7, or 4, 8. So this has to be 3, 9 there. So this is always 3, 6, and 9. Okay, so this is 3, 6, or 9. This 9 eliminates 9 here, so this is 6, which means this is a 3, 9 pair here. This 6 eliminates 6 here, so this is 5. That's 6, which makes that a 5, which means this can't be 5, so that's 3, which eliminates 3 here, so that's 9, 3. This digit cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. It can't be 5. This has to be a 7. This digit can't be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so this is a 4. Oof. And congratulations! Hooray! That's a solve. Yeah, a lot hairier than Sudoku. I guess that kind of makes sense because you have now 6 ways to go instead of 4. A lot of the logic is very similar, though, because you have a lot of 9-cell regions, or 9-row regions, essentially. Yeah. Pretty cool. Interesting little different Sudoku-like puzzle, but with just hexagons. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.